Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm starting this video directly during the work. I need to remove a little bit from the holder of the gear. It's a little bit not enough place for the engine, and as I'm already found a way how to do that, I will also trim it a little bit on the side of housing of the milling machine. This one should be enough from this side, and also I need to cut here. Also I need to cut another side. Let's have a look which one. Of course I'm making again some scratches on the part. So this one goes to the engine, this one inside, so this one side. I'll double check it. This one mounts like this. So now I give a little bit more space to the engine. As with the engine I was hit almost this plate. Also I need to remove a little bit from this side. Yeah, like this. So a little bit from this side. Now it should be much better. Okay, a little bit of the boring. And now it's ready to go. I'm working everything one more time. And the engine mounting. So all the wires should go over here, and I think that the place for the wires will be somewhere on this side. Somewhere over here. I'll very likely do some bracket for the wires, that they are not touching nothing, but it's later. Now just the engine. And this gear. There is a very tiny slot for this gear, actually. It's almost hitting the plate over here, but just almost. Very likely that I will trim this plate as well, a little bit. But it could be later on. At the beginning I want to check maybe it will fit as is. Okay, for the engine should be positioned something like this one. I'm still have a little bit of gear mesh. No, a little bit more far. This one should be good. There should be a little bit of play on the gears, otherwise they are just not working as they should. As you can see, there is a very tiny space between the engine and the housing for the gear holder for the bearings, as well as a very tiny space between the plate and the engine gear, the pinion gear. But this one is okay, so it should be fine. Still nothing hit nothing. If I will hear that this one pinion hits the plate, but I'm not here to be honest, then I will trim it a little bit. I will trim the plate. This one should be okay, and now I will check how it fits and will the engine fit into the machine itself. It's a very good question. I wasn't cut nothing yet on the machine, so it will not fit now, but it shouldn't hit this side of the machine. So it shouldn't fit all the way down, but as well it shouldn't hit nothing inside the machine. Okay, I will try to manage somehow these wires that they are not disturbing me too much. Something like that, and let's have a look. Yeah, there is definitely enough space. There is definitely enough space for the engine. I could, of course, mount something here to check it more accurate, and let's do that anyway. There is one way to go is with this one things. So let's have a look how it fits and will it fits. I'm hitting everything on top of the machine. There is a way how to check the fit. So let's imagine these are the screw, which are just very, very long. And here is the placing for all the electronics and engine and whatever. So the plate is actually located somewhere over here, but all the way down to the machine. And I could say that I have still enough space behind the engine not to hit nothing, so I could just trim the housing for initial electronics, for the Proxxon electronics, and everything fits. This will be just a little bit of dremeling of the head of machine. I will try to do it without removing the head of Proxxon, but we'll see, maybe it will not go. Here is the mounting bracket that I need to cut out. It's quite small, but as you can see, it makes me a lot of problem. I will somehow close this this hole for old mounting, for the old lead screw nut, and I will cut with this one. Now, just after a little bit of milling over here with the Dremel, I could test the engine. And what I could say, it fits very nice. I even have a place behind, so everything good. I could even move this gear a few millimeters that side, but I will not do that, of course. So this plate is on place. Basically from this point, I already could use this plate if I will need to mill something, because this one plate will not be modified anymore, except of one thing, except of mounting of the electronics. What I will try to do is to try to locate these wires over here. I will check with pulley. So wiring should be good. So here I will have the place for the wires, definitely. Next step, I need to design and build some bracket for 2 pulleys with which I will tighten the wire, tighten the belt. But all this stuff fits something like this over here, and yeah. Then it should be good, if I will find a good place for it. The belt tightening bracket that will be located over here, I will make out of this piece of steel. It's some scrap that I found in my box, so I will face it. The height should be 13 millimeters, and over here I will cut almost everything for the gear. So a little bit of milling again. Now clean the sides. This one piece almost done, and now I will check how it fits. Should be good enough. Now I will do finishing cuts. That should be it. Let's check how it fits. This one thingy should stay over here. So somewhere like this. And this one should spin on top of it freely. That's exactly how it will go. And now I could move forward towards the mounting of the bearings that will hold the belt. After a lot of measurements, I decided to go with these sets of bearings, and I will locate them something like this in the middle and over here. Just 2 holes, the thread there, and then the bearings with washers on the bottom. How will it work? It's a very good question. Don't ask me nothing. I'm drilling the holes for M4 thread and bigger bearings. Just because I have a lot of this size of bearings and very little amount of the small that I want to initially to place there. Now I will make the stands for bearings. Just a little bit of steel. Next one piece done and ready for assembly. So these two stands, they goes over here and over here. Here will be the mounting screws, and the bearings will stay on the stands. A little bit of thread lock. The belt here will go like this. And now it's a great time to check how it will fit everything together here. I need to block the plate with the screws, that it stays at least in some reasonable position where it should be, or more or less where it should be. It still plays a little bit, and I will screw down one more screw. This one over here. Now it's tight enough. With movement like this, I could configure the belt tightness, or like this. So it goes over here, then this one. So it will be the construction like this. I will just decide with which one belt I will go, with this bigger one or with the smaller one. For the smaller and for the bigger actually as well, I will need to trim the angles on this plate a little bit. So these two and these two, that it's not touching nothing. I could have found position for the bigger belt, but I couldn't found for smaller one yet. So it doesn't matter. These belts, the bigger one, I could buy more easy everywhere, and they cost just a cent. This one, I need to specifically order them, and they are a little bit more expensive, but I have them more. So anyway, it fits, and there will be something like this one. Now I will work on mounting this thingy somewhere over here. I'll just decide with the belt. It is how it goes. Here the hole for the first screw, and this bracket goes over here. It's movable and rotating over this screw, so I could move it and then tighten out. For this one, for second screw, I will drill the hole, actually mill the hole where it will be, and how it goes with the belt. Something like this. And then when I will move this bracket, bell will have a tension I need. It is how it will work. Now I will finish this assembly of this bracket, and then it will be possible even to test the rotation speed, which I will have on the spindle. And is all this stuff make sense? Now I have drilled holes and nut. So this one is pretty simple. With just 2 screws, and this one with this moment will tighten the belt. Now I need to assemble everything else. Everything else is just this one bracket that goes over here, as you know, and then I will check how it fits all together. Now all the mechanical part is on the milling machine, and last thing from the mechanics is this belt. Okay, so it should be tightened somehow like this. And here it is. Now the last great question, how it will work, and mounting of the electronics. As you can see here, I have a pretty tight fit already. I know that the head of Proxxon will fit on top of this. I'm already checked it. So I still could use the same head and cover all this stuff under it, so it fits over here. But the question is how to mount all the electronics over there. So it could be very nice thingy. We'll try to do that. And here's the way for mounting of the electronics. I will need to drill the hole just for the holder that I used before. And actually everything fits quite well. Of course, pretty tiny. So just a small gap between the pulley and the wires and all the holders. But all in all, this should work. The top cap also fits, so it will fit over here. I will have to use washers near 3 millimeters over there to fit everything, because otherwise this pulley is hit the top cover. Only one thing that left is this primary wire with the 12-volt electricity to the ESC for the engine, to the engine controller. I have this hole that was originally in this plate. Maybe I will use the same hole, or maybe I will drill another one, or will do something a little bit different. We'll see now. Here it is. Everything ready and assembled. And now I need to do some test. How it goes. Now first test cut. 5 millimeters deep and 3.5 millimeters width. These are 70-75 aluminum. Let's go. And here's the result. I'm pretty satisfied with it. I'm sure that I could go even deeper with aluminum, but it will be already quite a lot of load on the column and on the head of the machine, because they are made of aluminum, and that's not good for them, definitely. Absolutely the same test with a piece of steel. It's amazing. It's really amazing result. I'm still here, of course, the power loss on the engine, but it's nothing compared to what was before. And as you can see, it's a pretty deep cut for such a small thingy. I achieved really good results with the milling on this machine. We'll see how it works with the real projects. At least at the moment I'm pretty satisfied. I will not use it for sure for so deep cuts, especially in the steel, but with almost the same cuts I used before, and it will perform just much better, and the end mills should live much longer. And all this project with reducing of the speed I will start because of this small box. And here I have a set of cutters for the gears. These are Model 1 cutters. How do you think? Will they work? It could be one of the next amazing projects. Stay tuned. See you next time.